Welcome to Nursing Research and Evidence-Based Practice, Nursing 404A. I would like to welcome each of you to this class, and I hope that the class is going to be an exciting learning experience for you. I want to take the time to go over in general the class. Now, this does not mean that you do not need to read the syllabus. You need to read it in detail. But for right now, I want to give you a brief overview and a little introduction to me as your instructor. I'm highly committed to ensuring a learning environment that is exciting, rigorous, and empowers you to actively pursue learning and research. As an instructor of nurses, both novice and experts, it is my responsibility to introduce you to the art and the science of nursing and help you to embrace the joy we share in nursing. It is also my responsibility to foster in you a sense of duty to those we care for that must sometimes outweigh self-interest. The duty must include a desire to create new knowledge, find more effective ways to practice, advance policy, and use existing evidence in the provision of care. As with any art or science, nursing requires a passion for creating new knowledge, because without passion, the skills and knowledge alone will not sustain us when there are too many patients and too few nurses and not enough resources. If you review your syllabus, you will see that there is a course description, a goal for the course, and the objectives. This course is all about research and how we apply that research to practice for currently practicing nurses. Our goal is to gain an understanding and appreciation for the importance of nursing research in improving patient well-being through quality nursing care. We have 5 objectives that you should reach by the end of the semester. You should be able to describe the components of the research process, demonstrate the ability to assess, utilize, and apply various information resources available in healthcare literature, including electronic journals, the World Wide Web, national databases, and other library resources. Discuss development of the ethical code of conduct for research and its relationship to the basic rights of research participants. Apply principles of the research process to critical appraisal of nursing research literature. And describe the integration of evidence into nursing practice to improve outcomes. In this course, you will be using one primary textbook. The textbook is Nursing Research, Methods and Critical Appraisal for Evidence-Based Practice. There are 2 recommended books that are not required. One is the study guide that goes with nursing research, which personally I do not think is that helpful, but you can get it if you want it. But the other one is the APA guide that basically, it's a style guide. It tells you how to put things in APA format, how to write in APA format. A lot of nursing courses require APA format, and it is something that you should learn during your nursing career. Once you've learned one format, it's easy enough to learn to shift to another. In this course, I want to try something that may seem a little different and a little unusual to you. And the difference is there are no exams in this class. This is all about learning research. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is acknowledge that you have read the syllabus and the schedule. And how you're going to do this is when you sign up for your discussion group, which I will explain, that is also your acknowledgement at that point that you have read the syllabus and the schedule. Whatever is in the syllabus or the schedule, you are responsible for. Now, like many professors, every once in a while in transcribing everything to Blackboard, sometimes I will have a typo or a mistake in dates. And if the syllabus ever disagrees with what you see on Blackboard, just send me an email or post a message under discussion, and I will tell you which is correct. Hopefully, they will perfectly align. Your first big assignment is going to be city training, and city training is free, but you will need to create an account, you will need to log on, and you will need to do the city training, which will give you a certificate. The certificate you will upload into Blackboard, and that will count as 10% of your grade. So it's 10% you did it or you didn't do it. You just have to pass the city training and get a certificate and then upload it. So it's an all or none type thing, but it is required, as are all assignments in the course. The unit assignments are all posted in discussion board. There are 5 of them over 5 weeks, and they count 50% of your grade or 10% each. They are all graded as completed or not completed. You get all the points if you complete them. Now, here's the caveat. Complete means they're acceptable. If for some reason you think I'm going to write a 1-sentence answer and I'm going to post it and then I'm not going to interact with my colleagues, that would not be acceptable. So it has to be thoughtful, it has to reflect that you understand the knowledge and that you are engaged in the learning process. That is not to say it needs to be perfect, it does not. It just needs to be thoughtful and engaged. If for any reason I tell you that it's not complete, that just means that you need to go back and do more. I will give you 1 week from that point to make it complete. In other words, everybody gets a second chance on the discussion boards if I think that they are inadequate or do not meet the standard that you should set. Everybody will need to keep will have a research diary. And I will upload a sample of what I mean by a research diary. But the research diary is essentially going to be submitted, and I will take a look at it, but it's to get you to start tracking some of the work you're doing and to take responsibility for your work and your learning. So there will be more instructions on the research diary. There is a research paper and a presentation, and both the research paper and the presentation are group projects. So you will be doing them with your discussion group. So once you're in groups, that is the group you will do them with. Everybody will be responsible for doing a piece or a portion and then providing a great deal of input on the rest of the paper. I'm going to put the paper in a Google Doc so everyone can work on the same paper in the Google Doc, which also allows me to see who's doing what within your group as far as working on the paper. And then the presentation is a whole nother thing, which I will explain, which is also a group project. So a little bit more about how the assignments are graded. As I said, the city training and the discussion boards are complete or not complete. And if you get not complete, it means that you didn't demonstrate mastery, and I'm going to ask you to go back and do it again so that it will be complete. The research diary also is graded as complete or not complete, but again must demonstrate learning to count as complete. And then the research papers and presentations, this is the only real thing that you're going to get a letter grade on. I will grade them as a C, which means it needs work. If it meets the expectations, you will get a B, and if it exceeds the expectations, you will get an A. If you do not do the assignment, you cannot pass the course. The research paper and the presentations go together. You can't do the presentation if you haven't done the research paper because the presentation is about the paper. And obviously, since all of these assignments are graded as complete or not complete, you really need to complete all the assignments to pass the course. So here's some important things to remember. All your assignments are required. Complete means the assignment meets expectations. If it does not meet expectations, then it will be marked as not complete. Okay, you probably think you've said this 3 times now. It's really important. If I mark it as not complete, you will get 1 week to resubmit for full credit. In other words, I'm not going to take any points away. It's still going to be whatever percentage of your grade it was. You're just going to be doing it a second time because the first time did not show that you had mastered the content. This is a rubric-free course. I want you to engage your creative mind and not just check a box. Research requires you to create new knowledge. And rubrics often tell you exactly what the person wants you to do and how they want you to do it. And that's not a really creative process for most people. And then the paper and the presentation are group projects. That means you must work together and everyone must be responsible for part of the paper and thus the presentation that flows from the paper. Here are the important dates, and there are other dates, but here are some important ones I want to point out. The first week of the class starts August the 17th. It is the course intro. You meet your classmates and you select a research topic and a discussion group. Keep in mind, the first draft of your research question is due by the end of the week, which is Saturday at midnight. That is fast. So I would suggest that everyone enters their goals, which you will see explained in how you do it because you're all going to write goal statements. You enter your goal statements. You look at everybody's goal statements. Then you select which discussion group you would like to be in. And you will sign up on a Google sheet that says, this is the discussion group I want. Here's why the goal statements that you will be writing are important. They're going to tell people what you see as your strengths and your weaknesses as an academic and as a student, what your goals are for the course, and how you're going to measure yourself. What criteria you're going to put in writing that says, if I do X, I exceed expectations, and if I do Y, I have fallen a little short. And you're going to show that to everybody in the class, and then the class is going to be able to look at your strengths, your weaknesses, your goals, and they're going to be able to pick people that will help balance them as a student. So you don't want to pick people that share your strengths necessarily, because if they only share your strengths and you all have the same weaknesses, then you're going to have a weak team. But if you get people that kind of fill all of the gaps so that your weaknesses don't overlap and your strengths complement the weaknesses of others, you end up with a very strong team. And research is a team effort. And especially in nursing, research is a team effort. So that discussion group you choose is very important. The first discussion, you will obviously all be in the same big discussion group. And after week 1 and you've selected your groups, then I will divide you out into those groups. I will set you up each a Google Doc for your papers, so that you can start working on that paper as individuals. And then I will set you each team up, not each individual, but each team up a Google slide, because that is the slide you're going to use to make your presentation at the end of the semester. The second big date is the week of August 22nd. By the end of that week, which is our second week of class, you must have completed city training. You're going to refine your research question that week. So I know that the first week you did it really fast, and by week 2 you're probably going to be thinking, maybe we want to edit that a little bit. Weeks of September 27th, your research paper is due. All assignments build up to the research paper you're submitting. Remember, this is a team assignment. You pick your research paper from the list of topics that I put in the syllabus. Those are the only topics that we're going to explore. And the team must decide among themselves which topic they want to use. And then finally, October 4th is the presentation. Your group presentations are due. Each group will get 3 minutes and 1 slide. So you have to prepare, practice, and present. So yes, 1 slide and 3 minutes to explain your research paper. That week, I will have a special discussion that you are all in. You will record your presentations, and we will put something on Blackboard to make it possible for you to do that. And then other people will comment on your presentations, and they will be peer graded. In other words, every other discussion group gets to tell you what they liked about your presentation, what they thought you could do to improve your presentation, and what they thought about the concept of your paper. And while sometimes there are things that people will tell you, this, you really missed X, Y, or Z, that's okay. But the important part is for this to be a learning process and for everybody to grow and hopefully leave the course with a desire to do research. Finally, I have standing office hours for you. They will be via Zoom. I have put the Zoom link on the Blackboard. It's the same link and the same password every week. I will have office hours Monday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. Mountain Time on Zoom. It is an open Zoom for anybody in the course. So when you join, there may be other people there. So be aware of that. And then I will do the same thing Monday evening from 8 p.m. from 8 to 8:30 p.m. also Mountain Time. And there is a Zoom link for that. Hopefully by the 8 a.m. and the 8 p.m., if you're working a 7 to 7 12-hour shift, you would have time to get home, although in this day and age, who knows? And join office hours if you have questions. Like I said, it'll be a live open link. I will have it open every week of the course, and you're welcome to join at any time and ask questions. So it is time to learn. I'm glad you all decided to take this course. I am super excited that you have all decided to pursue your Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I think it is a great stepping stone in your career. And hopefully in this course, There will be a few of you that say, I want to be a nurse scientist, I want to be a researcher, and I want to be the one that changes the way we practice. Welcome to the class, and I'm glad you're here.